Welcome back sa ating Kwentuhan with the Missionaries. Purple Day Podcasting. Tonight, we have a special guest. Kung naalala nyo, last week, we had a formator of the Missioneros, si Father Iwao Ikigami, imported from Japan. Tonight, we have the formator of the Missioneras, na galing pa ng Mexico. But before I introduce her more, I would like to advertise first my t-shirt. Yan. Faith over fear. So kung gusto niyo bumili, it's 350 pesos. The payment, the help will be given to a breast cancer patient na si Tita Francia. So we continue to pray for her too. Going back sa ating special guest ngayong Lenten season din, kaya siya naka-violet. Ayan, she's wearing purple because it's Lenten season, right?
Yeah, of course.
She is one of the missioneras that I always share with many times when I have concern with apostolates because she always has the wisdom. And what I like about her is she always speaks the truth, even if the truth hurts. Kaya niyo ba yun? She's a prophetic woman, really of the Word of God, itong babaeng ito. And not only that, she is also a good counselor. She helps many young people in their journey of formation, of following Christ. So let us welcome the formator of the Missioneras and many more titles. Si Sister Lupita.
Thank you so much for inviting me and to share with you guys.
We are so happy to have you here tonight with us. We are blessed. And I guess we will be blessed more as we begin with the song that you have chosen for us.
I have chosen a song that is Spanish. I'm sorry, it's a Spanish, but it's very meaningful song for me because it's the first song that I learned to play when I was learning guitar. But most because it's the first song that really touched me when I was in my retreat. And the song speaks about our yes. When we say yes to the Lord say many people really is waiting for you. And especially when the song says, through your yes, many people can talk and really or speak out. Because it's a yes for many people that cannot express, many people that cannot say many words, and sometimes they need a voice also that speaks for them. When I was praying that song a very long time ago, that song is like many innocent people that suffer and invite you say yes because your yes really matters. So, and it's important for many people. So the invitation of the Lord was, please say yes. And because your yes will be for generation, not only for now, but through the generations. So I really like this. Okay, so we will sing. So I will try to play because I am not really good in playing. So when I tried to play, when I was in my formation course, they told me better to practice first and after you play now. So I am not really a musician, but I like the song. So it doesn't come out in the first, we will try the second. Okay.
Estrellas del cielo, como la arena del mar, ensancha el espacio de tu tienda, te dijo el Señor.
Give it up for Lupita. Ang title ng kanta ay To See por Generaciones. It means your yes for generations. Sabi nga niya, your yes matters. Your yes will impact generations. Kaya huwag ka nang matakot. Mag-yes. Yeah. Okay, so let us begin our sharing for tonight as we want to know more kung kailan tong moment, when was this moment that you were asked by the Lord and you said yes. But before that, let's begin from the start. Wow. Okay, so this time is a time of Lent. I just want to have that one topic. It's a purple time, as your shirt. Tell us something about Lent. And what can you say for the young people how to live this time of Lent as we prepare for the Holy Week?
Yeah, okay. Usually, Lent season is like a time of the fasting. It's like a time of conversion, all these things, no? And it is true. It's a time of conversion, fasting. But when I was sharing with one of my sisters, helped me a lot when she said it's a spring time. It's a time that the life again born comes out spring again. It's the time that we can be rooted more deeply because we go to the desert and we encounter the Lord. And it's a time that instead to be sad, it's a time that we discover ourselves, you know, and bring life, hope again, you know, in our lives. So that really changed for me the vision of Lent season. Lent season is no more a time that I really need to put a long face, but it's a time that I can put my life in order for to bring new life in my life.
That's a nice image kasi para bang it seems like Lent is a winter time. Diba sa ibang bansa, hindi dito sa Pilipinas, merong winter, spring, summer, fall. All you gotta do is call. The winter, after ng winter, yung taglamig, spring na, yun na nagpo-blossom yung mga flowers, bulaklak. So she will be saying to us that it's the time na nagpo-blossom, to flourish yung mga tao. Na yung blooming. Tama?
Yes.
Blooming.
And there is a very beautiful passage now that says your deserts will be converted in a stream of water. You know? It's a time that you really go deeply because in the desert, they usually invite us to go to the desert. You know? But when you go very deep in your life, you can find the fountain of life. You know? That is the water that can really make you to flourish again, to bloom again, to bring life again.
What kind of practices do the young people can do in order to bloom again? What do you think?
I think the first one is prayer. Because it means of many activities. For example, I see in the campus ministry, many of the students are very stressed, no? Because the work papers that they need to submit, many things. Actually, the reading in the life is always going to the school camps, in changing the weather. Now it's getting hot, no, everything. But prayer always help us to enter like in the oasis. I don't know in English.
Oasis. Alam mo yung oasis?
That when you enter, do you know what is that? Yes.
Yung, may desierto, di ba? May desierto. Tapos napakalaking desierto. Sa somewhere there, merong tubig. So yun yung oasis.
And it's very beautiful because it's, when you go there, you can find water and you can find rest. And I remember when I was in Mexico, always the students go to our house and they say it's very nice to come to here in the chapel because it's like oasis. How did you pronounce?
Oasis.
Oasis. and enter there. And it seems that the world is running because we can listen how the cars go back, the people talking, music, sometimes outside. But when you enter in the chapel, you enter and it's silence, and you find peace, and you find strength there, no? And that makes you to recover, to continue the journey, no? I think it's a good practice. For me, it's the first one.
Okay, prayer.
Prayer.
It's like time to go back to the which is sa image that we have ngayon sa mga young people, maybe those who are playing games. That's what we call the well.
Yeah.
When you go back to the well, di ba, you legit ka. You recover. So it's like a well prayer. Okay, that's a nice image. Thank you for that. So, let us have time for prayer always. Alright, sige. And now, let's go to the story. No? We would like to know, who was Lupita when she was a teenager? Like some of us here, 15 years old. How were you?
When I was teenager, my mother said very well who I was. So, well, I think a normal teenager that like to go parties. I was a little bit naughty. I like to much dance, but I don't like to dance, but I like to go to parties, even if it's weekdays with my friends. We go. When I was 15 years old, 16, 17 years old, I really go to parties. And I remember always that my father would have a curfew, you know? And my father, and sometimes I am the one, my elder sister, I always go with my elder sister. But my elder sister always is very, very formal, no? And she really tries to respect the time to go at the time that my father say. But me, I like to talk, actually. I go to talk in the parties with the guys, with my friends, always talking. I don't dance, but I talk with them. I really like to socialize with them, no? I was very naughty. We arrived sometimes 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And my father really got very bad with us. You know? So it was a time that I was very, like, the time of crash also with the guys, with my friends. I like to go with them. I was in Taekwondo. I want to make a sport. All this not to explore. It's age that I want to explore. But of course, also I have many like situations in my family that always I care. You know, my parents. Sometimes they have difficulties. All these things now. But my way to manage is always to go parties, to be
It's
with
like
my
your
friends.
escape.
Yeah, was my.
Do you drink?
No.
Yeah.
No. That one I was a little bit more firm. No.
Okay.
No.
You just like talking all night
Talking
long.
to
12 a.m. to 1 a.m.
music, like with my friends, with one another, all that. Yeah.
Did you have a boyfriend by that time?
No, I got my boyfriend when I was like 17, 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was it feel like?
Actually, he was more like my friend. We really were very good friends. But after he needed to transfer a place, and we lived, but I didn't suffer because I was like a contact with a friend. No, we were very close. As a friends. So I enjoyed with him.
Okay, sige. And then, during that time, you were already like active in the church or not yet? You didn't know Christ, you didn't have faith. How were you? Like, are you an atheist or agnostic?
Actually, I don't like to go to the church. My family is very Catholic, but it's not Catholic. Very, very Catholic. I will clarify. They are Catholic, but my mother never forced us to go to the church, to go mass, never. And I really give thanks to my mother, because that made me to go by myself. I don't believe. I grew in a Catholic school, my primary school, and I have a little bit bad experience, no, because sister sometimes can be very strict, you know. So I find that the religion is very strict, so I don't like. So when I made my first communion, after that I didn't appear again in the church. But my sister, what made me to go back actually is because my parents want to split. Some of you I shared that. No? My parents want to split was a very critical time. The problems started when I was teenager, 15, and in that age, 18, 17, 19, more or less, was the time that was quite critical. No? And my sister, she get a little bit depressed. So she refused in the church because she said that she find peace there. And I refused myself looking for books in psychology, you know? Because I really believe that faith doesn't respond. You know? That's it's not my fault. I actually, my mind never thought that the faith can respond or God can respond. No, I totally out. I find more practical psychologists. So I just started to look for books, read so many books. I like to read books, so to try to respond to my sister, what she is giving. But it was very nice because when I just started to go back for her, actually. She met the missionaries. When they arrived to our place and they started to make this rosary for Mama Mary, all the things.
When they asked you, you want to join the rosary? And then you
Yeah.
said, yes,
No.
you want.
My sister, I was telling, all my discussion with my two sisters, the youngest and the eldest, is they are washing your brain. That is not true. I laugh at them. Say, how you can believe in that? It's only idea that you have. Da, da, da. But my sister, my elder sister, really convinced me. Actually, she was telling me, Lupita, one of the missionaries is asking for you. Oh, he is asking for me if he doesn't know me. It's because I talked to him about you. And I told him that I will bring you. We discussed, my elder sister and me, we discussed. But I say, okay, she promised me something, so I went with her. And when I went there, it was very interesting because something that really caught my attention was that the missionary didn't talk with me about faith. Nothing. The first thing that we were talking about philosophy and the philosophy of life. You know? What is life for you? And that really engaged me. You know? Because after, he said, you can't leave me, as I like to talk. So he was telling me, we will continue tomorrow. So I go back, and it's when I started to go back to the church. When I went this. But before, I really don't like. Actually, I feel sick going to the church. I don't know. I have the belief because when I was a kid, after my first communion, one of my aunties really forced me to go to mass with her. I was very crowded. And I feel sick. I was vomiting, and I was thinking, to go to mass is not good for me, make me sick. It's unhealthy for me. So from that also, I didn't go back to mass. But yeah, that experience made me really to feel very, very sick. So because it was very crowded, and I think no air, something like that. No, but I say I will not go back.
That's interesting. So your entry point to faith was more on mental, intellectual,
Yes.
philosophical, psychological. What is life? What's the purpose? What's the meaning? Until now, I see you as that kind of person who always is wondering about the truth and very engaged to know these things and these topics. And it's good to also know those kind of red flags when we invite people to the church. Like, of course, it's important the space, the feeling, the environment, and also not to force someone. And also the sisters you mentioned, not to be that kind of persons. Yeah. All right. So you were like teenagers to college students when you met the missionaries. What can you say more about the missionaries? Because most of the time, di ba, the missionaries met the missionaries. And you're one of those who became a missionary, pero you first met the community of the missionaries.
But actually, I really like the community of the missionaries when I was with them, no? Because I find that they were very simple people, very uncomplicated. And something that really liked me was that was a missionaries of different places, and they really treat us, everybody, the same. Rich and poor, the same. When we go to Verbum Dei, we really feel at home. You know? That there is no difference between one another. I cannot distinguish, you know? And we really enjoy it together. That I really like, you know? Because the way that we celebrate, very simple, that really caught my attention because the parties, they made a show with the blanket, with the broom, very simple. For to celebrate something, you don't need to money, you don't need to, like many things, only to be together and each one put what you have and you really can enjoy as a big party. You know? And I said, wow, this I like too much. You know? But really attracted me that. Also, that they were very, very close to us, also approaching, including us in the activities. Something that I like a lot, because in the dialogues that I have with one of them, is we have one activity, and he was asking me after the activity, what do you think of the activity? Is helpful or is not helpful? So, I say, I don't know that. But the matter that he includes me made me to feel part already of the activity. It was very nice.
So it struck you the simplicity and that kind of synodality during those times. That's interesting. And at least you still find the parties that you like there, but in a different way now. I still don't find about that. Until 1 a.m. still.
Not really.
Curfew na. Okay, so tell us more your journey. So once that you became a member, a disciple of Verbum Dei, what happened next?
Yeah. I have met very different moments, no, in my life. In my recollection, was a Easter encounter, 4 days. So in the Easter encounter, when I was preaching one of the brothers, or one of the missionaries, actually what really caught my attention is that he was shaking, very nervous. And there is a platform, and he almost fell. And we really see him very, very nervous. But I find him very brave, actually. Not because he preached well, but what he transmitted. And really helped me so much what he transmitted. Was not the perfection of his talk. And when I saw him very shaking, inside I understood something that told me, would you like to do the same? To be many people, to be even through your poverty. Like you feel very, because I don't imagine myself to be from, because we were like 200 people, young people, only universitarians, and yeah. And I say, I cannot talk. I don't imagine myself preaching. I don't imagine myself to do it. But when I saw him, that he transmits something else, I really like. Actually, that really made conversion to me. When I saw him really smiling in midst of his shaking hands and nervousness, you know. I really like. That was the first call. The second call that I have was when I end my recollection, I understood the Lord tell me, do you want to be with me forever? Actually, that was the call. And I say, I want to have the experience that I have now. because I am very happy, you know. And that started the journey.
How did that happen? The question of the Lord.
I was alone in the chapel, and in one moment I was telling to the Lord, you know, because for me it was very new to know that the Lord, God, that He's alive. I always thought that God is something very far from us, you know, like, actually, than His idea that we have in the mind, no? So, but there is something in me that really told me, and in the recollection, in the talk of God our Father, when I received the letter of God our Father, was very funny because I really listened to the Lord through His word. And I started really to cry because it's like a moment that I made click in my life. That is like, so you're still alive? Yes. And internally I understand, yes. And I started to remember because in the talk they say, you see your past. And remember many moments in your past and the Lord was there. So when I started to remember many situations of the past, I started to ask, you were here? And inside I really feel the certainty, yes. You were here, yes. Here, yes. So that gave me so much certainty that the Lord really was in that moment. And also when I commit sin, and you were here, yes, I feel so ashamed. I say, you know, you were there. So, yes, I was there. Oh my goodness. So for me it was a very surprising. You know? So you realize what I thought. You realize what I think in that moment. Yes. Oh my God. So I really realized that God is alive. Like the experience that I cannot express, that He is alive in that moment in the letter. So when I finished the letter, the recollection, of my retreat, I was alone in the chapel. Because it's like, I was very happy. I don't explain how I feel so happy after my Easter. Then I went to give thanks in the chapel. And I was telling to him in front of the tabernacle, now I know that you are alive. But how I will know that you never will leave me? No? And I started to contemplate the trees. And the trees with the wind started to move, no? And I was understand inside. As you feel the air, as you can breathe every day, when you cannot breathe, you will know that you are not already here, that you are already with me. So, I was referring to death, no? But for a while, you feel that you can breathe. That is the sign that I give you, that I am with you. So, that really gave me like the understanding. They say, because I want to be with you forever. Do you want to be with me forever? And he said, yes. My yes was more to be with him in that moment. And the other moment was when I understood that I need to choose a style of life. No? That was my option to be with him. After I have a very big crisis, I hate the missionaries. I told the missionaries, I hate you because you give me to know God, and now I cannot be different. I really was fighting with one missionary or one, because I was telling to him, before I was very happy. I don't care of the people. I was happy in my selfishness, and now when I see people suffering, I feel bad. I don't want to feel bad. So, because I can see that I was very selfish actually. Like, I think in me, and in me also. But when I meet the Lord, suddenly I can perceive the reality of the others. I can perceive that the others are suffering, that the others, that the others has needs. So that really made me to suffer, no? Because I don't want to respond. So I get very mad with the Lord, because I said, how is possible? I was very happy before because I don't notice all these things. Now Since then, the faith really made me to notice all these things. So in that moment was the moment to discover that the Lord is calling me another thing. And I was really in crisis. I understood that He wants that I give a step to help Him to give answers to the words to preaching, But I didn't want. So I ran away. I don't want to. Was a really very existential crisis. That even my mother really looked me and she told me, Lupita, what happened to you? But I said, nothing happened to me. I want to do my life. But something that made me to go back was because my elder sister, was with me to the retreats, and she continued to pray. So sometimes we are in the same room, and she's sometimes praying in the corner of my bed, and I get very mad to see her praying. And I made myself, and I am sleeping, and I push the Bible, I throw the Bible. I'm supposed to be in stress or something, but I am wake up, and I remember missing those times, and I feel very happy. Missing those times that I feel very in peace. So in that moment, I made the option. I want to be with you because I know that without you, my life is different. So that's it. And the other moment was when I made the option to live in community. Because when He was calling me to live in community, is a moment that I don't want also because I am afraid. I am afraid to live. I have many sisters, and always we fight with the sisters, my sisters. Very comfortable to fight with them, all these things, But I said, but the others that will live with me, they are not my sisters. How I will fight with them? How I will tolerate them? How I will be patient with them? With my sister, I can shout very freely. But with them, I don't know if I will really shout as with my sister. But the Lord was telling me, don't be afraid. And it's when I understood also to enter in community. Yeah.
It was interesting that point na you met the Lord already, and then it changed you so much, perspective in life, vision. And at the same time, you understood that it entails a kind of cross, di ba? When you follow Christ. You already suffered the suffering of others. You feel so compassionate. You're not self-centered, selfish anymore, but you feel so moved to help. And you cannot do other things you were doing before, and you had the choice to go back to your old life. And you tried to, but still you realize that this new life that the Lord was giving you was more important, more valuable, more beautiful than the old life.
Yeah.
And then we said yes to that and to the community. How did you meet the missioneras? What were your impression about them coming from missioneras? I recorded.
That will be very, very nice. That was different, really very different. The impression, I can say that the first impression we discuss because we have very different points of view, and I don't know what to say because it's my branch now. But I really, the first time I really suffered. Because I find that the missionaries was more uncomplicated. I have experiences that I was in water collection and they told me, now you can give the talk. No, I didn't prepare, and they always say, it's very good, the talk, And I said, wow, I feel very confident because they really Actually, they put me, no, now you can already to review the guidelines, all the things, no, and I feel already upgrade, no. But when I went to the missioneras, they told me, huh, you preach? I need to review your preaching. And when they review my preaching, they change this, more details. Missionaries, we say, okay, we will see there, no, in the recollection. With the missionaries meeting and everything organized. So for me, it was really, really like, oh my gosh, like the first impression, no? And I remember talking with one missionera, telling to her, no? And one of my SD, one of the missionaries, Jaime Barcelona, at that time he was accompanying me. So he was telling me, Lupita, always you put focus in what you want, you know? And he told me, do you love Christ? Yes. Do you love Mama Mary? Yes. You do that. So that made me to jump because he was telling, I find many things very different. Many things that I cannot say because I cannot say. but
Of course, they have many good things also that
yeah. When I entered there was very nice that, because made me to jump when he was telling me, do you love Christ? So doesn't matter anything. And I remember that I went to talk with one missionera and I told her, you know, maybe you and me, we have different points of view, but I am not following you. I am following Christ. So I want to follow him. And she was very happy.
That's quite strong.
She was very happy with me. Say, I like what you say.
All right.
So, say, because that's it. Even if you don't, because supposed to be she will be my SD. No? I need to give the step to the SD. But the point is not you. The point is Christ. So I will go even if I don't understand because you will help me to follow Christ. So, and she was very happy for that. And that was a surprise for me because she was very open and was when I did this step. No? Even one of the missionaries was very funny because all the girls doesn't want to go with the missionaries. And he is really confident with me. And he was telling me, Lupita, you have a mission. Your mission is from now on you need to really to make, how I can tell you, you need to learn to discover the good things of the missionaries for the you help to others to give the step. So I really was good. But everything was on dialogue with the missionaries and missionaries, how they help me know how to give. But Jaime Barcelona really has a clue point there because he was really telling me, focus in what is important. If you love Christ, you go for Christ. The rest doesn't matter.
It's a very beautiful takeaway. Huh?
Yeah.
Love Christ. The one we follow really is Christ. Diba?
Yeah.
So, what were the things you needed to leave behind when you said yes
Yeah.
to Jesus?
Well, I think I have dreams, but one of my biggest dreams actually, I think the dreams of everybody, no? To the career, to improve life, my car, all the things. But in reality, one of my biggest dreams was that my family will be okay. That was like impossible dream for me. No? Like I can have everything, but I really would like that my family is happy. Because they can have money. I think that, no? They can have money, but if they are not happy, for what is the money? We can have everything, beautiful house, but if we are not together, for what? No? So my dream always was, I want to that they are united family and happy family. So it's my main goal. And I find that was the most difficult thing to renounce to me. Because I want to be with my family to make possible that dream. And when the Lord called me, it's like, you live and trust in me. I will make them happy, and you follow me. But my idea is that I will be in the family, no out, because I want to see it. I want to see it, I want to feel it there when I am there.
Maybe you wanted to be a part.
A part of that.
And you mentioned earlier that your parents were about to split. What
Yeah.
happened then?
Thanks be to God they didn't. It was very beautiful because when one person converts in the family, little by little everybody convert and is converted. When I went to the recollection, I really understand many things. One of the first things was to reconcile with my father. With the passage of Luke 10:25. Because in that passage I really understood that my father is the person that was beaten. And many times we pass by.
The Good Samaritan.
The Good Samaritan, sorry. The Good Samaritan. And many times we pass by because we are indifferent to him, but we don't realize what he's living. That was the light that I have in the recollection or in my retreat. Sometimes you don't realize what they are living. So the first call that I understood on my first conversion was to become close to my father, to approach to him, and to know him more. Because I was very indifferent with him, like ignore him at home. So when I approached to him and I started to ask about his history, I really realized that he suffered a lot and why he was active, no? And little by little, in that approaching to him, I was learning many things about him, and I understood many things. And also, in one moment, I understood that I need to tell my father that I love him. And when I told him, I love you, the response of my father was very positive. He embraced me and he told me also, I love you. And my father started to change. It was years of work, but thanks be to God, really, that made a change in the family. And the family, we started to become more together. It was nice because it's a work with all the family. When I understood how I need to talk with my sisters, then also my sisters understand my father. So that made me to change everything little by little. And they are together.
That's a beautiful testimony because the first fruits of you saying yes to God is your family.
Yeah.
Sana all, di ba? Sana tayo din, our family
Yeah.
can be transformed by our yes in following Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the countries you have been to as a missionary? And then what do you think of the Philippines when you have arrived here?
Okay. I have been in Mexico in some places there because Mexico is very big. Of course, I am very grateful because I think Mexico is the place that I get my roots, my identity, and even sometimes you feel that you know the place, or I say I am Mexican, but you really ignore what is your identity. I learned many things in Mexico. I learned how to appreciate my culture, my identity as a Mexican. I was in Spain as well. I studied there, and also in apostolate with teenagers and youth. And I learned also how to express. I can say in Spain was a time to express and to learn also another culture, the contrast, many things, but very enriching as well. The sincerity and how to be true, no? Not always to say yes, but also to be you as you are. No? That's very beautiful experience. Yeah, I was in England as well. England was a place, a holy ground place for me, because it was a time that was a little bit in crisis. So they welcomed me and they really give me a space. And I felt very beautiful the community, and they really helped me to grow and to be, care with love by my sisters, no? And from Philippines I get many things, I can say. I learned from to eat avocado with sugar.
You call avocado. How do you call avocado in Mexico?
Aguacate.
Aguacate. Yeah.
Aguacate. So,
They like avocados there. Mexicans like avocados.
but we make
Yeah.
guacamole, no
Guacamole.
guacamole. But here I learned that it can be sweet. So it was very new for me. From that, and also that in one jeepney can enter 20 people when it's only for 10 or 70, can enter many people. But this is very shallow, no? But also I learned how to be free. I think it's something that I can give so much thanks to Filipinos. Because when I arrived with my English, that they don't understand in Cebu, the youth, really how they appreciate, how they make me to express, how they welcome me, really make me free. And I started to feel more free of what other people will say, you know? And that really made me more firm and like confident as well, you know? And I really give thanks, especially the youth in Cebu, because they really, with their openness, with their enthusiasm, with always encourage me, they really made a lot. As a missionary, also sometimes we learn from you, for the youth, you know? And you really, when you welcome and you give us words also, really encourage us to be a better missionaries. You know? So it was very nice experience. Also, I bring many things because I think here also I became formator to learn how to be with others, administrator, and so many things. I get many learnings from Philippines, you know, very good. So I am very grateful with Philippines.
It's nice to know that you are learning a lot from here. And also, not only those skills, but also, I guess, some virtues that we do have here in the Philippines. The spontaneity, the freedom also of the people, simplicity, the joy. And we learn a lot from you too. You teach us a lot of things. And it's nice to know more about from you and about you and from the Mexicanos. Yeah, the Mexicans, as I see it, you are also mostly like Filipinos
Yeah.
by appearance, and also by your jolliness, and also humor. More or less, sabi ko parang more or less the same. And I met a missionero from Mexico also in some places. Wow, parang Filipinos talaga. So there are similarities, you see. Kasi I remember when the Spain came here, they always pass through Mexico.
Yeah.
Diba? And then from Mexico, they go to Philippines. So there were many things from Mexico that were, kumbaga, given and shared also to the Filipino people during those barter change. Tama ba yung history ko?
Yeah.
So yun. So maybe that's why also we had some similarities.
Yeah.
We have a lot of spices too in our lands and many more things. Okay.
And culture,
And
something like the
culture.
celebration of the dead, the dead.
And also, diba, here we have a lot of fiesta in the church. In Mexico also, diba? Almost every day you have feast.
Yeah. Everything is part.
Alright, so maybe we can have our moment of Q&A in this time. So sino may mga questions sa inyo, it's your time to ask our Sister Lupita. Ayan, si Homer.
What is your advice to the people who don't have courage to face God because of their sin and wrongdoings?
Wow naman. What is the advice for the people that do it?
To face God, no? With courage.
But not have courage. The peace God.
Walang lakas na harapin yun.
Wala lakas na loob.
Yeah, to face God with courage, even if you have a lot of sins.
Yeah. How to encourage them? A difficult question, huh? I think that the most beautiful is first to remember that also we are a face of God. Yeah? That God also is transmitting through us. And the first one, when one friend or person share with you, then feel very bad because commit sin. The first encounter will be you. So don't get scandal. Don't scandalize. Because don't scandalize when they share. Doesn't mean that you will encourage them to continue, but not to get a scandal for the doings of others. But really to tell them, I think the things we do it because there is something else, something else, and God sees that. Because actions come because something is happening inside. And I can do things because maybe inside I am okay, or I am despair, or many situations, and I can leave it. And I really can disconnect with God, because in midst of that. But when you really are open heart to listen the person will really express freely. And when they find that you don't understand a scandal of their situation, and you can then go understand, because you already understand the person, and the person can feel the mercy. I don't know if it's a words of encouragement, but what I encourage you when you find people that sin, also to remember how you would like to be treated when you commit sins. And I think the first thing is that the others doesn't get scandal. Because maybe you do things out of awareness. So it's when we understand what is mercy. When we go beyond, or we understand where is the other person. I don't know if I respond, but it's what I am. Yes? Thank you. Very good question.
Good. So when we face people who have sinned against us, we show mercy, we show forgiveness to them. And when we also face God, we are the ones who sin, tayo nagkasala. Always remember that God is the God of mercy. God is the God of forgiveness. So hindi siya yung kikitlatan ka kasi nagkasala ka, Homer. Our God is the God of Jesus, the God of love, God of mercy, God of forgiveness. Okay? Any more questions?
Go, Tehana.
Go everyone.
Sister, what is the reaction of your family? Can you tell them that you're going to enter na? I have all kind of reactions. Okay. My mother encouraged me, and she was telling me that she gave me birth, but I don't belong to her. So then I will find the best husband. I find the best husband for my life. My father cried because the only question that he was asking me was, when I told him, no, I decided to become a missionary. And he only asked me one question, you will be happy there? And I was very sure, yes, I will be happy there. So, and he started to cry. I said, if is what you want, I cannot do anything. So one of my sisters really hates me. Yeah. I think
Is
because
that the sister who joined the Verbal Day before you?
yes. She really hates me because it's like, it was very beautiful. And after many years later, she really confessed to me that it's because she was jealous for my vocation. Because she knows that it's a good, but she want to discourage me, no? But it's like that. Another sister was like also was against me because since it's like she was telling me, you don't care of us, no, you don't care of us because you will leave us, like I don't abandon them. So, but little by little they understand. Yeah. But my family is very supportive.
How about your friends, sister?
My
Diba,
friends.
yeah, how about your friends?
My friends, it's very funny because my friends, they really perceive, you know. And actually, one of my friends that I still with him in contact, he always told me, no, I always admire you. I always admire you because you really know what you want for your life. And you really choose something that is not easy to choose. You know? So my friends really support me, actually. They were very amazed, you know? But of course, because I was already in the community very long, I made many changes in my life also for them. After cheating in the school, even they find me cheating in the exam. Of course, after that I was not cheating. They really see that I changed in some things. But they really support me.
How many years was from the time you met the community before you entered?
It was like 4 years.
4 years. Okay.
Yeah, because I met the community when I was 18, 4 or 5 years, and I entered 23.
23.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Great.
Sister, I know that it's one thing to understand and discover your call as a consecrated person. Pero when did you understand from God your call on becoming a formator?
Becoming a formator. Whoa. Actually, I don't know if it's a call.
By obedience.
Was obedient. But when normally we have a like psychological test when we enter in the community, you know? And the advice or the feedback the psychologist told me was that I will be a good formator.
Oh.
She said. So it was something that was planted from when I entered in the community, you know, and I didn't believe. I say anyway, God gives me will be true, or no. I don't know. I don't want to I don't feel that it's true. No? So when they proposed me to be a formator, they told me maybe you can do it, no? So I say yes. But I realized that to be formator really is a call. And I don't know if I have the call to be a formator, actually. So it's something that I still to discover if it's a call. Because it's really, to be a formator is really a call. You know, like how you dedicate to the people, because of course it's the people that will be missioneras. So you really need to take care of them, you know, and to give criteria for the formation according to our charism. So I cannot say if it's really a call or I still discover it, actually. I like when I was there because of course it's something very new for me. It was very new, and to see when they are growing and to see the missionaries already in the different communities, giving life, all this thing is quite satisfying. But as a call, I don't really know yet, to be sincere.
What is the one most important thing in the formation of a missionary for you that you think that is also applicable for us here to cultivate?
The most important is to be rooted in God. Because the criteria, we will not be always with the people. But when the people has someone that guides them interiorly, and you know that person will guide them well, you can trust. But if the person doesn't follow that voice of God, it's difficult, no? Because can follow externally many things, no? We can follow externally per people. We can have ideas, no? I can follow, for example, it's attractive how this person give conferences, how the person preach, how this is a teacher, how he is accompanying, how is, and many models among us. But when you really learn to follow and to be rooted in God, it doesn't depend on the place of who you are doing, but really you discover something more that makes you happy and feel in place. This is my place. This is what God wants for me. Yeah.
Okay. No more question? Karina, you said that your father asked you, are you happy? Maybe it's a good question again. After so many years of being missionary, are you happy?
Yes. But understanding happiness as there is an author that said, no, happiness is a mix of sadness, joy, suffering, pleasure. It's a mix of all together. Happiness is not only the positive feelings, or emotions or moments, but happiness is the mix of everything together. When you find everything together, reason, purpose there, and you find that you are in the place, in the right place, you will find the happiness. So I find I am happy, and I can say that in my missionary life I have ups and downs. Moments that I suffered, I cannot say that I didn't suffer. Moments that I really enjoy. Moments that I have discussions with others. Moments of reconciliation as well. Different moments, but just that is what made me to feel that I am in the right place. And that made me happy. Like, I am for this. I am for this. God called me for this, and I find my place.
That's so beautiful. Don't have any more questions. We end with that. We pray that you may continue to be happy.
Yeah.
And in that way, your happiness in the Lord also is shared to us. Yeah, happiness. So thank you. Would you mind to lead us with a closing prayer? Once again, Lupita, pakapon mo. Let us wrap this up with a prayer.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you so much, Lord, for this moment of sharing. Thank you so much for all these young people here, that they can listen to you, that they can discover you, and discover the happiness that you can offer to them in the place that they are, in their families, in the school, wherever they are. We want to ask you for each one of them, and also for Jero, that is guiding them, then his life always can be presence of God among them. Then his presence can be mercy, compassion, and patience many times, that can guide them to you. We continue to ask for many people also that they maybe will listen this video or watch this video, and also they can encounter God. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.
As it was in the beginning, is now, and will be forever.